Give us a new prosecutor. That is the message tonight from some of the people involved in two high-profile cases involving Atlanta police.
In one case, officers are facing charges for tasing two college students during protests downtown last May. In the other, two officers are charged after Rayshard Brooks was shot and killed during a DUI arrest in June. The cases have been slow to move forward.
And Brooks's widow and the students now say they support a new prosecutor taking over their cases as a struggle plays out with the DA and the Attorney General. Joe Henke explains.
The attorneys for these cases say they were learning about developments involving their own cases through news reports. They say the district attorney, the new Fulton County district attorney, was not keeping them completely in the loop. But today she agreed to sit down with them, discuss the cases, and that they left saying they appreciate it.
After Attorney General Chris Carr denied a request to assign new prosecutors to the Rayshard Brooks case and the case involving two college students tased by Atlanta police officers, Fulton D.A. Fani Willis asked him to reconsider. But in a two-sentence response, Carr's office again denied the request. During the back and forth, the family of Rayshard Brooks, college students Tanaya Pilgrim and Messiah Young, and their attorneys said they were left in the dark and requested a meeting with Willis.
She apologized for that. We accepted that. That was big of her to do that.
Attorney Chris Stewart says they spent an hour with Willis today and he called it a good meeting. Willis, in her pleas to Carr, claims former DA Paul Howard charged the officers in both cases, obtained arrest warrants during his DA re-election campaign, then used video evidence in campaign ads, possibly violating state bar rules. Carr said any possible issues would relate to Howard, though, not the DA's office as a whole. The victims don't care. They're calling for a new prosecutor, seeing it as the quickest path forward.
Whether we agree with her or disagree with her doesn't matter. If she believes it and feels strongly about it, then that needs to happen.
In the Brooks case, former APD officer Garrett Rolfe is charged with murder. Today, his attorney filed this motion, asking for the case to be dismissed. Rolfe's attorney argues after Willis said her office can't handle the case and Carr denied her request for a new prosecutor, there is now no qualified prosecutor on the case and it should be dismissed.
What happens next is still up in the air. It's unclear for all the parties involved how these cases will move forward or when exactly they will move forward. The victims saying that they're just caught in legal limbo right now and they want this matter to be resolved.
You can rewatch that full news conference right now inside the 11 Alive News app.